I bought a $300 guitar for $800.
Which I admit is both bogus and sad.
But let me explain. The following video is rated R for ridiculous. It contains a lot of ridiculousness, and if that's a problem for you, please do not watch this video. It is triggering.
Game on!
This first section will either have you saying "Zang" or "Turn it off! You're sucking my will to live!" But either way, here you can go. If you're anything like me, you love music and you love music products. That's why I always shop at Music Product Center of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And welcome to Guitar Chat.
This fall on Peahen, a show so straight it won't even touch its own.
Let me be straight with you.
How straight? Quick release? More like new release on Life.
Lorimar quick release lens.
They have all the music products that you could ever want. So when Music Product Center of Fort Wayne, Indiana reached out to me about a sponsorship, I had to say yes.
I love this product.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
After the 1992 film Wayne's World was enormously popular,
Excellent.
to capitalize on it, they decided to come out with a Squier electric guitar to commemorate the film. From what I've read, it is identical in every way to a MIJ Silver Series Squier Strat. The story goes something like this. Apparently, Fender moved Squier's production to Korea sometime in the late 80s and listened to customer feedback when they were disappointed with the quality drop.
Yeah, and monkeys might fly out of my butt.
At any rate, then they moved back to Japan in the late 80s and began making the Silver Series, which was definitely a downgrade from the previous Japanese guitars. The pickups have ceramic magnets instead of Alnico slugs, and there are some other downgrades in the body woods and maybe other quality control issues. So the story goes, this is essentially the same production line as that, with one key difference: a neck plate. This tiny neck plate creates an imagined value.
What is it?
A neck plate. A neck plate? A neck plate.
Yeah, right.
I don't even own a neck.
Let alone many
Necks.
that would necessitate an entire
Plate.
What am I gonna do with a
Neck plate.
You don't like it? Fine.
Fun fact, the Waynes World Squier Strat is now 34 years old, whereas the 1964 Strat Wayne was coveting was only 28 years old at the time of filming. I heard a loud thud.
There it is. Excalibur.
Wow.
There she is, $500. This was a terrible purchase. Here's the original pickup, including the original pube.
If you're gonna spew into this.
Fretware, some. Truss rod adjustable at the headstock.
Ew.
That's not very authentic. I will say this for it. It arrived in tune.
No stairway. Denied.
Knobs and a whammy bar. So the $5,000 question. What are we gonna do to it?
I'd raise the bridge, file down the nut, and take the buzz out the low E.
Okay, maybe, but you may have noticed that this came with the Seymour Duncan Jimi Hendrix loaded pickguard. The Voodoo style. What is the Voodoo version? Well, because Hendrix played a right-handed guitar left-handed, the angle of the bridge pickup was inverted, and supposedly this is one of the important tonal characteristics of Hendrix's playing. Do I believe that 1 centimeter of difference between the bass and treble side inverted will have a huge difference? No, but we're gonna find out today. The guitar also came with an official Jimi Hendrix The Strap. And one of these cases that's probably worth about $100 to $200 depending on the day. Well, that's part of the reason we're here today. We're gonna find out. You find this boring? we're gonna find out if a $500 set of pickups sounds better than a free set of pickups. Why do I say free? Well,
I have an extensive collection of
cheap imported ceramic magnet pickups. And I never paid a penny for any of them. At this point, I also have no idea where they came from. They're just low-end pickups. And no one wants them and no one pays money for them. Today's episode is brought to you by Patreon patrons, because Patreon pays out to PayPal, and everyone knows that PayPal money isn't real money. Buy a guitar. PayPal ad, take one. PayPal. Just f***ing spend it. PayPal. That shit ain't real. What's that? No swearing? Sure, no problem. PayPal. Just buy it, you f***ing piece of shit. Alright, you've officially made it to the section of the video that's slightly less ridiculous. We're gonna get down to business. We're gonna see if the $413 US, 568 Canadian dollar Seymour Duncan pickups are worth it, and whether I wasted my money. And of course we're going to raise the bridge and file down the nut, the buzz out of the low E. Okay, highly scientific, out of tune, recorded on a cell phone, dead, bloated, choked on my own vomit on a toilet. Demo's done. We're gonna swap out the $413 US Hendrix guard and put in the original and do the same and piece of garbage demo, but with that one. So I actually didn't know this before, but I guess Seymour Duncan gave some of his rewound Fender pickups to Hendrix's tech, and he put them in his white Strat. So the story goes. I just saw something very discouraging. Sorry for the mess. Son of a bitch. I will say I have seen worse. To get to the ground wire. Fun feature, clipping the cables. And also, one of the magnets fell off. Super glue doesn't really like metal, but maybe it'll, oh, okay. And, oh shit, it's sticking to me. Better get it on there. That's what she said. Now, if a miracle occurred, then this thing I left out from using as leverage will also work on this nut. Let's find out. Yep, magic.
It's almost too easy.
Now I'm gonna clean off the pubes and grease, put it in. Ew, it's so sticky. What the fuck? As I'm cleaning this sticky goop off the pickguard, let this serve as a lesson for all of you. Don't go on eBay or Reverb when you've been drinking and watching Wayne's World. Again, this gets tired, but this is a very important piece of advice on a vintage guitar of any age or anything you're building or putting back together. always go backwards with your screw until it clicks into the threads. If you cross thread your holes, they're going to get worn out and stripped out, and then you'll have to fill them and re-drill them. Ooh, I just saw something else gross. What's that? Mother put bubblegum in the tuner? I got ripped off, y'all.
Am I supposed to say, that's okay, I don't mind? I don't mind. Well, I mind. I mind big time.
Now, if you opened up a guitar and you pulled off the guard and you saw that neck damage, would you return it? Buying this guitar was an irrational decision based on a number of factors, including loving the Waynes World movie, but I could have got a much better example for a much lower price. But sometimes you screw up and you just have to take the L and lose some money and learn a few things. Did you learn anything?
I've learned that platonic love can exist between two grown men.
I've learned that a flawless profile, a great body, nice clothes, great car can get you far in America. Almost to the top, but it can't get you everything.
Isn't it great that we're all better people?
So let's get to hearing these demos. Clean on the Fender Reverb normal side. Now the kids will tell you you gotta upgrade your pickups in your guitar.
Kids know dick.
And I think if we've learned anything from my previous hollow body video where I put $500 Lawlers into an Eastman guitar, and from this particular guitar, money doesn't buy you happiness.
Isn't it great that we're all better people?
Even though these demos were admittedly terrible, the fidelity and quality control was a little low, a little lacking on my part. In the room, my experience of the pickups was that the stock Squier ceramic magnet pickups were very impressive. They sounded great. They were deep. They were dynamic. They captured more bass tone than the more expensive pickups. And yeah, it opens my eyes to those cheap throwaway pickups in my junk drawer. Pretty much all pickups sound good. That's been a philosophy of mine for a long time. I've only found one vintage pickup I didn't like, which is the K Pancake. I just find it lacks dynamics, so you can't really do much with it. A lot of people love them. That's fine. There's a place for everything. And the only other pickup I found that was not good was this random vintage Japanese pickup that instead of a coil and a magnet, it just had like folded up pieces of metal inside of it and resistance reading of almost nothing. Not even really a pickup. So all pickups are good. Don't waste your money unless it makes you happy. Now you may have noticed that I did not do the Voodoo versus standard orientation pickup demo. That's because it was going to be a huge pain in the ass to do, to be perfectly frank. And I don't even know who Frank is. But to be imperfectly frank, I don't think there's any chance of anyone really hearing the difference, especially when translated through my recording into a cell phone or whatever you're watching this on. All that aside, if you know of any demos where people do compare Voodoo versus a normal, let me know and I'll check it out. Now my backup plan for this guitar that I was actually planning on doing if the stock pickups didn't work out was to make a new custom guard and just throw a single humbucker in there. But alas, it sounds great. Anyone want to buy a Seymour Duncan $413 loaded guard? I'll throw in a Hendrix strap. Huh? Buggy, you want to buy it? Put up your paw if you want to buy it. Lift. There you go. Just kidding, Buggy's broke.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.